Hello again, it's your friendly neighborhood host JT Wheatley back with another edition of the History Comics podcast, this time with another edition of the classics, concluding our run on the Tick, this time with the Amazon adaptation of the Tick in 2016 to 2019, that this time starred Peter Serafinowicz as the lead character with Griffin Newman as Arthur, and in a nice addition Valerie Curry as Arthur's sister. This is a great update to the series, and as I mentioned before, Ben Edlund, the original Tick creator back all the way back to comic book days, and also went on to produce all the cartoons and TV shows, always stated that the Tick is meant to satirize superhero comic books and their current situation, and the Tick does this well here, as a darker, more mature storyline, not for kids this time. It's not the Saturday morning cartoon show, but yes, more in line with what was going on in DC, quite more like present day with DC and the MCU right now, but still very funny. Serafinowicz is dead on perfect as the Tick. He kind of plays a more melancholy, by the book Tick. He's very soothing and understanding, but he's not very enthusiastic. He kind of glides through, but with his still kind of a dumb way. He's still, it gets really great. And it's like I said, the Arthur's sister is a nice addition too, because she thinks Arthur's insane when to wear that weird moth outfit until she learns about the Tick and everything else. And they also do have fun with the Tick as well, because at one point Arthur thinks he might be an illusion until no, he's real, and he does live in the world with a bunch of crazy superheroes. Just the whole fun in general. And there's a nice little bit about Arthur's past and what happened to his parents and so forth, that has a more darker subtext to it. And of course, I have to throw in Jackie Earle Haley playing the Terror, a fantastic villain. That, all in all, even though this sadly only went for 2 seasons and 22 episodes, it was just hilarious from beginning to end. Like I said, Serafinowicz, great fun as the Tick. And there is a bit jarring, though, because like with a lot of TV shows, the pilot's slightly different from the rest of the show. Because, when they make a TV show, they'll shoot the pilot first, and they have to wait months to see if it gets approved. And the big difference here is that the Tick's costume and the pilot is like rough and almost Beetle-like, and then they switch to a more smooth look that's been his characteristic since the comic, back for the regular series. But outside of that, great watch from beginning to end. If you have Amazon Prime, just one of their best shows. I have a pity never get picked up for more seasons, but hilarious watch, and yeah, a nice little conclusion to the whole Tick adaptations.
Great things are coming on the Nerd Bliss podcast. We're changing up our presentation while keeping the candidness that you enjoy. We'll cover all your favorite shows and movies, with maybe a few surprises along the way. And you, yes you, will have opportunities to be on our show on a regular basis. That's right, you've got the Zoom Pro account, and we're going to use it. So be ready. Find us at nerdblisspodcast.com and esonetwork.com, and on all the socials at NerdBlissPod. Nerd Bliss. Listen up.
Now it is May 4th, 2023. First and foremost, may the 4th be with you. Happy Star Wars Day. Hope you're enjoying some good Star Wars content and comic books and so forth. Podcast, whatever you enjoy. It's great to celebrate all things Star Wars. But my favorite comic book of the week, though, is of a different sort. It is Batman, number 135, by Chip Zdarsky and various artists, which concludes the alternate timeline storyline in which Batman got sent to an alternate universe in which Bruce Wayne died, and thus there was no Batman, and he's now trying to fight to help save this Gotham. He inadvertently runs into this version of the Red Hood, who is the person who should have become the Joker in his timeline, and he's actually and he ends up chasing him through multiple different universes where he gets to encounter different Batmans along every era, from the Michael Keaton Batman to the Dark Knight Returns Batman. It's just a great bit of fun, and it is brilliantly, and it's just overall, Zdarsky does a great tribute, not only to this whole multiverse storyline, but to the character of Batman in general, and how, in many ways, Batman is not, like, I've always enjoyed this argument that, though, as it points out, when Bruce Wayne, there's no Batman in this version of Gotham City, there's still crime rampant, and even though this guy, the Red Hood, doesn't become the Joker, he's still a psychopath. So Batman didn't create all this stuff. He's the response to stopping all this stuff and making the world a better place, which is how superhero comics should be written. I've never liked that deconstruction thing. Like, oh, you cause these villains. No, the villains cause the heroes. And that's the best way to put it. And it's matched great with the art, which is fantastic, from Michael Gian to Jorge Jimenez and different other artists. As they go through each era, their style, it works in there perfectly. I especially like when he meets Michael Keaton's Batman. His stiff neck and the cowl is very obvious, which is a great bit. And I should note that in anticipation for The Flash next month, I did rewatch the Batman 1989 movie today, or when I'm recording this. And yeah, it's a solid B film by itself, mind you, as a pop culture event. It was an A++. It really changed movies and cinema in general. But yeah, still enjoyable to watch, and it's great to see Michael Keaton say Batman. I can't wait to see him again in that Flash movie next week. And all that being said, of course, this Saturday is Free Comic Book Day, so do go down to your local comic book store. They'll have free comic books ready to go. And be sure to pick something up, too, because they normally have games and prizes and discounts on their merchandise. And it's great to support the comic industry, my favorite medium, as you know, because I make a bloody podcast about it. And with that, please join me again next week for another edition of The Classics. We're doing something a little different now. I'm off this Tick binge. And until then, go out and enjoy yourself a good comic book. If you have Amazon Prime, check out the Tick TV show. And of course, go to the local comic book store this weekend and get you just some free comic books.